Years ago, a motion picture used an old train to go back to the future. Kansas City Southern has done the same thing. This is the Southern Belle, a 15-car 1940s passenger train that looks as if it should be photographed in black and white instead of color. KCS CEO Mike Haverty.
This train is a reproduction of a passenger train that Kansas City Southern used to operate between Kansas City and New Orleans. And the train was called the Southern Belle. So what we decided to do was take some cars, refurbish the cars like the old original Southern Belle. Painted the locomotives in the same colors, the cars in the same colors, redid the inside. And then what we do is we use this train to entertain customers. We use it for political events. We've had virtually every governor of every state has been on the train, and in this case we've got the mayors of the cities along the line and county officials and state officials.
KCS used this train to celebrate the opening of its new rail line between Victoria and Houston. It links Houston with Mexico, which KCS believes will be an important part of its future.
Hello, welcome aboard. Hey, how are you? Glad to have you.
Dignitaries from Victoria, Edna, El Campo, and Wharton rode this train to the KCS new Intermodal Center at Beasley, west of Houston, including Mayor Will Armstrong.
We're working with the railroad and the Texas Department of Public Safety and the Highway Department to loop Victoria with a bypass. It will mean that the town won't be cut in half with slow-moving trains, and I think economically they're a great benefit.
And County Judge Don Posey.
Well, I think it's a very nice opportunity for KCS to show off what they have done and the accomplishments that they have made in a very, very short period of time. We're certainly glad to have the train service back in Victoria. We certainly look forward to the day that hopefully it is rerouted around town, but in the interim, we welcome it.
And how else do you celebrate the opening of a new rail line? Well, with a ribbon cutting, of course, followed by a barbecue. Completing this part of the railroad has been a project underway for 13 years. It cost KCS $174 million. But because it shaves off almost 70 miles from the old route between Kansas City and Mexico, it's saving the company $1.4 million a month. The new line will pay for itself in slightly more than 10 years. Little wonder that KCS officials threw a party. But while the purpose was to show off the new center, the star of the show was the Southern Belle. Passengers were taken to and from the ceremony, but they also were taken back to a time when to travel by rail was the preferred method, and some say it still is.
We think they ought to put it into service.
Maybe we ought to annex one or two of these cars for the city.
Dorothy Parker once said that getting used to a private railroad car is not an acquired taste. You get used to it instantly. This is the first passenger train on this line for at least 50 years, and it sparked a number of questions. For instance, is KCS going to offer passenger service from Victoria to Houston and back? The answer is no. Sadly, only freight trains are going to run on this line. As we near the end of this journey, it's a time of mixed emotions. People are excited about the economic benefits that this line is going to bring. At the same time, sad that this journey into the past is just about over. My heart is warm with the friends I make, and better friends I'll not be knowing, wrote the poet at St. Vincent Millay, who apparently was something of a railroad buff. Because, she said, yet there isn't a train I wouldn't take, no matter where it's going. Bill Clough aboard the Southern Belle.